Good morning, children. Welcome to maths class. So, in maths, we are learning the 15th block, which is shape properties. And we have learned the properties of the triangle. That is, it has three sides, three corners, and we have learned about different types of triangles, isn't it, children? Equilateral triangle, isosceles triangle, scalene triangle, right angle triangle, isosceles right angle triangle, isn't it, children? So that is about triangles. Yes. So in the second topic, we are going to learn about quadrilateral properties. Okay. So first, children, what do you mean by a quadrilateral? So quadrilateral is the shape which has four sides. Okay. And it is a closed figure. Circle is also a closed figure. Triangle is also a closed figure, isn't it, children? In the same way, closed figure which has four sides is called quadrilaterals. And in quadrilaterals, we have many types, children: square, rectangle, parallelogram, trapezium, and also you have rhombus, kite. Okay, they are about five quadrilaterals. Okay, for now we are going to learn about four quadrilaterals. There are six quadrilaterals. In this topic we are going to learn about four quadrilaterals. Okay, the first one is a square. You all know a square, isn't it, children? So for this you can simply say that it has four sides and it has four corners. And what else? You can say that all sides are equal. Okay, that means if one side is 2 centimeters, the other three sides are also 2 centimeters. If one side is 8 centimeters, the other three sides are also 8 centimeters. So all the sides, all four sides will be equal. And also all the angles are equal and they measure 90 degrees. Okay, all the angles are 90 degrees, all are same, no? So they are equal and they measure 90 degrees. And the opposite sides are parallel to each other. So that means, what do you mean by parallel lines? So whenever you extend the lines in this way, so they never meet. Okay, if you extend the lines like this, how much ever time you extend, also they never meet. Okay, because they never meet, they are called as parallel lines, isn't it, children? You understood? So what do you mean by parallel lines? The lines, a set of lines, not only two lines, it might be any number of lines which do not meet at any point. Okay, even though we extend to a very long distance also, if they are not meeting, then those lines are called parallel lines. And a square has two set of parallel lines. So these is one set of parallel lines that we whenever extend, that never meet. And this side also the parallel lines. Okay, that means two sets of parallel lines which are opposite sides. Okay, so this side is opposite to this side and this side is opposite to this side, isn't it, children? So opposite sides are parallel to each other. Okay, next you have rectangle. Okay, so you all know rectangle also have four sides and four corners, isn't it, children? So what is the difference between a square and a rectangle is opposite sides are equal. In a square, all sides are equal, but in a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Next, and one more similarity you have between square and a rectangle, that is all angles measure 90 degrees. Okay, when you measure, all angles are 90 degrees. That means the similarities between a square and a rectangle is both have four sides, both have four corners, and all the angles are equal, which measures 90 degrees. These are the similarities. And what are the differences? In a square, all sides are equal, and in rectangle, only opposite sides are equal. Okay, and here also the opposite sides are parallel to each other. Okay, so if you extend this two, so these two are parallel lines which are equal. So if you extend these two, they do not meet, which means they are parallel lines, and these two are opposite sides, and you extend them, then also they never meet. So opposite sides are parallel. Okay children, so there are three similarities between a square and a rectangle. Both have four sides, both have four corners, all angles are same, equal, which measures 90 degrees, and opposite sides are parallel to each other. Only one difference you have. In a square, all sides are equal. In a rectangle, opposite sides are equal. Okay, let's see the next one. Next, you have parallelogram. Okay, so here parallelogram is also a quadrilateral, isn't it children? So it has four sides and four corners. And what is the difference? Here also opposite sides and opposite angles are equal. So first let's see opposite angles. So these two angles are opposite to each other, isn't it? So these two angles are equal and these two angles are equal. Opposite side angles are equal. And also opposite sides are equal. Okay, opposite sides are equal. Now you can say that parallelogram is little similar to rectangle, isn't it children? Both have four sides, both have four corners, opposite sides are equal, and opposite sides are parallel to each other, isn't it children? So if you extend these, see, even though they are looking like slanting, they never meet if you extend them. Okay, so that means they are parallel, isn't it? So what is the difference between a rectangular and parallelogram is the angles in the rectangle are equal and measure 90 degrees, whereas in parallelogram only the opposite angles are equal, but we are not telling that angles are 90 degrees. We never know what might be the angle. Okay, angles may differ with different angles. It's not compulsory that angles will be 90 degrees or equal. No, only opposite angles are equal and they do not measure to 90 degrees children. Okay, that is the difference between rectangle and a parallelogram. Next, opposite sides equal and parallel. Okay, now coming to trapezium. So this is your trapezium children, as this is also a quadrilateral. It has four sides and four corners. And what else? One pair of its side is parallel. Only one side is parallel children. That is, so only this side is parallel. Only one side. So if you extend these like this, they move like this and they intersect. That means one set of lines, opposite lines are intersecting and one set is parallel. So we can simply say that one pair of its side is parallel. Okay, next. And if non-parallel side, that is these two sides, if these two sides are equal, it is not compulsory that they will be equal. If they are equal, then the opposite angles, then the two pairs of angles will also be equal. Okay, and trapezium, see, whenever we are rotating a square or a rectangle or a parallelogram, it looks same, but if you rotate the trapezium, it looks changes. Okay, so in this way, smaller length can be down, bigger length can be up, or vice versa. Okay, the smaller length of the parallel line can be up and the bigger length, longer length will be down. Okay, the shape changes when you rotate the trapezium, not the number of sides children. Number of sides, number of corners will be the same. The shape, the way it looks might differ. Okay, only because of the parallel lines. Okay, the one side will be shorter length and the one side will be the longer length. Because of the length difference in the length of the parallel lines, the shape might look little different. Okay, so that is about trapezium. So write these in your classwork children, and there might be questions like find the difference between the given shapes. So here they have given one trapezium and rectangle, isn't it children? So what are the similarities? Both have four sides, both have four corners. If you see the trapezium, children, it has only one pair of parallel lines. The other pair is intersecting lines, isn't it? And coming to a rectangle, opposite sides are parallel and equal, and also angle measures is 90 degrees, isn't it, children? So that's what the difference between trapezium and rectangle. Okay. And in your textbook, children, in your content book, there are some sums like draw a square with 3 centimeters, 6 centimeters, or a rectangle or a parallelogram. Please draw it in your classwork book. Okay. And there is two fill in the blanks also. Please do it in that content book itself. Okay. The other questions where you have to draw a parallelogram or a rectangle or a square, draw it with the pencil and the square, measure it and draw it. Okay. And one important thing is, if you add the angles of the quadrilateral, if you measure, children, if you measure these angles, okay, these angles in any quadrilateral, it might be a square, rectangle, parallelogram, any quadrilateral, the answer will be 360 degrees. Okay. When you add all four angles in a quadrilateral, the sum of the angles will be 360 degrees. Whereas in triangle, the sum of the angles will be 180 degrees, children. Okay. Sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, and sum of the angles in a quadrilateral is 360 degrees. Okay. So this is our class for today, children. Write this everything and draw the squares and rectangles from your content book. Look at your content book, read the question and draw it. Okay. Draw the rectangles or the squares which they have given according to the length. Okay. So write this in your classwork book, children. Coming to your homework, complete the volume book 2, page number 36, S2, quadrilateral properties. Okay. So in the next class we will learn the next topic, children. See you in the next class. Bye.